Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Nat. Thank you all so much for joining me. Today I wanted to share with you guys the rest of my Sephora Savings order, or multiple orders, but the rest of the products have finally come in and I wanted to share them with you. I also have a couple of other things to unbox, and then I thought we'd test out some of the items and create a look. But again, please excuse my forehead and my hair. Today's a hat day for me. My eyebrows are already done, and the foundation that I'm wearing today is from my first order from the Sephora Savings event. It's the Makeup by Mario SurrealSkin new formulation, and this is in the shade 8N. First up, I picked up another shade in the Sephora Best Skin Ever for my daughter. We originally got her 060, and when we first tested it out, it felt like it was just a touch too light. But looking at the olive undertone options, it seems to have jumped up to 14. And in the time it took for this one to arrive, we tried out the 060 on her again, and we discovered that it's actually not too light. We just needed to throw a bit of a bronzer on top. But maybe this 14.0 will be good for her in the summer, or we're also going to try it mixed together with the 060. Then I decided to pick up another shade of the Sephora lip gloss because I really enjoy the formula. So this is the shade Money, and let's open it up so I can show you guys. I think this has a bit of a shift to it. I forget what the description is, but it's got some sparkle. I just thought this would be a fun shade to try out. And then I thought, since the Sephora collection was 30% off, I decided to pick up a bronzer. This is the matte powder bronzer, and in the shade 02 Beach Bum Tan. Let's watch it. Because then I was thinking, with the products that I already have from the Sephora collection, I think I have enough for a full face of Sephora. I also picked up a powder blush from Sephora. It is the Colorful Blush Matte, and in the shade 01 Shame on You. A nice dusty rose, dusty pink. Then I picked up the new HAUS Labs Contour Stick. This is the Precision Sculpt Shaping Balm, and in the shade Sculpt. I've heard really good things about this. Oh, that's a nice tone. It feels like it would be really easy to blend out as well. And then I was thinking I wanted to do a full face of HAUS Labs eventually too. So I also picked up the highlighter balm. This is the Bio Radiant Glassy Highlighter Balm, and in the shade Glassy Opal. Let's see what it looks like. This is another product that has been, oh, that's pretty. That has been on my wish list for quite a while. So I'm happy to finally pick it up. Ooh. Another item that has been on my wish list for quite a long time is the bronzer from HAUS Labs. This is the Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer, and I got the shade Amber Horizon. It's listed as a medium. Let's open it up. I don't know about you guys, but I love the HAUS Labs packaging. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And this is another product that I've heard amazing things about. It's so soft. So stay tuned for my full face of HAUS Labs. Now on to Fenty. I picked up the holiday set. This is the Chocolate Treats Lip Luminizer and Lip Oil Duo. I love the Fenty lip oils and lip luminizers. Okay, so the Fenty lip oil is in the shade Cacao. And this is what it looks like. It's just a super sheer, lip oil. Here, let's put some on right now, actually. It smells like chocolate. But it's not too overpoweringly sweet, if you know what I mean. The lip luminizer is a cute little mini version, and this is the shade Hot Chocolate. I also picked up a full size of the Gloss Balm Universal Lip Luminizer, and this one is in the shade Rose Amber. I think this is a new shade. Pretty, right? Very fall tones that I've been picking up here. Since we're talking about lip products, I also picked up the Makeup Forever Super Boost Moisturizing Plumping Effect Lip Gloss, and this one is in the shade Limitless Brown. I personally really like this formula. I also have it in Wherever Walnut. Some people just think it's okay, mixed opinions, but that's pretty too, right? As I was saying, very fall shades. Next, I picked up a full size of the Benefit Bad Gal Bang. I really like this mascara. Then I got the Too Faced Cloud Crush Whipped Lip and Cheek Color, and I chose the shade Milk and Cookies. This is what it looks like. Let's open it up. I've heard really good things about this product. It's supposed to be like that moussey kind of soft and blurring kind of blush. I also picked up the blush from Glassy. It's the Cloud Paint Plush Blush, and I got it in the shade Gale. So since ordering this blush, I've heard from a few people that it doesn't have staying power, but I wanted to experience it for myself. So this is what the shade looks like. It's supposed to be squishy. Interesting. Okay, let's watch it. Another nude cheek shade for me. It's very soft and velvety. Another item that has been on my wish list for quite a while is the Danessa Myricks Evolution Powder Priming, Smoothing, Setting Face Powder, and I chose the shade Pink. And this is what it looks like. I've heard from multiple sources that this powder is like a hidden gem. So of course I wanted to try it out for myself. Alright, so the last item I got from the Sephora Savings event is the MAC Studio Radiance 24-Hour Luminous Lift Concealer, and I got the shade N12. I originally thought I was going to pick this up during a MAC sale, like the Black Friday sale, but when I looked on their website, N12 was sold out, so I picked it up during the Sephora Savings event. Another product that I've heard great things about. Let's see if I chose a good shade. Probably. I think so. This is the concealer that we're going to test out today. So we will discover if the shade works. And then speaking of MAC, I do have an order from them to unbox. So if you guys missed my original Sephora Savings Event Haul unboxing, I talked about my small MAC order that I placed and that was stolen by a homeless person. And originally I was going to wait until their Black Friday sale or Cyber Monday sale. But last week they had a 25% off sale and a gift with purchase. So I chose some items to utilize that sale, and I have a couple more items on my list for the pre-Black Friday sale that they're having in a couple of days. The first item is just a backup of my MAC paint pot in soft ochre. And then I got the Studio Fix Pro Set and Blur Weightless Loose Powder in translucent. This is what it looks like. Oh, it comes with a little puff that I probably won't use. For years now, I've been on the hunt for a perfect setting powder for my skin type. And honestly, so far, there's lots that are just okay, or some that like I like the finish on, but it doesn't keep my face oil free. So we'll see what this one's like. I also got the MAC Glow Play Cushiony Blush, and I chose the shade True Harmony. This is what it looks like. I'm excited for this. It's been a long time since I've purchased new color cosmetics from MAC, or actually any new products from MAC. I used to use tons of MAC products. But yeah, oh, that's pretty. That's nude again. Very up my alley. This feels really nice too. A while back, I got a mini of the MAC mascara primer, and I really like it. So in the first order that I placed with MAC that was stolen, I got just the primer by itself, but since then, they came out with a holiday set that includes one of the primers and then the mascara. This is the primer. I love the packaging. And then this is the mascara in Black Stack. The gift with purchase included another mascara. It's the MAC Stack Elevated Mascara. I didn't realize that they were two different ones, but they are. So let's see what it looks like. This is also in the shade Black Stack. Cute. Yeah, I wonder what the difference is. Maybe I'll try them out side by side. The gift with purchase also came with a lipstick. This is the Luster Glass lipstick and in the shade Hug Me. This is what it looks like. Let's swatch it. Oh, that looks like a wearable shade for me. And then the last item that came with the gift with purchase is this cute little makeup bag. It's actually so cute. Let's see. Yep, that's what it looks like on the inside. Did any of you guys order anything during this Max sale? I also have a mystery box from my friend Kristie. Let's see what she sent me this time. This is so cute. It's a makeup sponge, I think, from LYS. It says Confident Precision. Ooh, how cool. That's such an interesting shape, don't you guys think? We have a brow gel from Sigma, Tint and Tame Brow Gel. It says it's long wearing, water resistant, dries matte. Small brush head precisely applies lightweight gel to tint and shape brows. You guys know me, I don't usually use brow gels or brow products aside from brow powder, but I'm actually super curious to see what this is like. We have a travel size or a mini size of the In Beauty Project Extreme Cream. Firming and lifting moisturizer with bioretinol peptides and 3 times ceramide complex. I've actually been super curious about this moisturizer, so I'm happy to try it out. Next is from Kevin Aucoin, Unforgettable Lipstick Thelmadora Cream. Is that the shade name? Probably. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Ooh. Then we have from Common Care Exfoliating Scalp Scrub. Oh, this is interesting. I don't know if I've ever tried a scalp scrub before. Our exfoliating scalp scrub removes buildup and will leave your hair light and bouncy. And this company is Canadian and it's woman owned. How cool. Then we have from Laura Geller a serum blush cheek tint, and this is in the shade Refreshing Rose. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, it's one of those sponge applicator thingies. That's a pretty blush shade. From Dr. Pawpaw, Rich Mocha Balm Multi-Purpose Soothing Balm with Natural Pawpaw. And I've since found out what Pawpaw is. It's for lips, cheeks, and cosmetic finishing with a hint of tint. Interesting. I wonder what this... Oh, it's sealed. Let's keep it sealed for now. An LYS blush. This is the shade Higher Standard. I have several of the LYS blushes, and I quite like them. This is an interesting shade. Oh, wow. That is so pigmented. How cool, though. I'm actually curious to see what this would be like on my cheeks. Another blush. This one's from Rare Beauty. This is the shade Encourage. I don't think I have Encourage. I have a couple of other shades. Oh, this one's kind of mauvey. Ooh, that's pretty. Next is a cheek palette from Pat McGrath. Does this have a name? Divine Blush and Glow Cheek Palette in Nude Venus. This is what it looks like. How cool. I don't own a cheek palette from Pat McGrath, so I'm super happy to test this out. Let's watch it. First shade is Desert Orchid. Ooh. I am into this. Then we have Nude Venus. Another pretty shade. This is a stain from before. This was the LYS. Third shade is Divine Rose 3. It's quite soft. Paradise Venus. Ooh, that's like perfect for fall. And the last shade is Sunset Nectar. This is either like a highlighter or a topper. Sorry, excuse my watch. You guys see? Oh, that's pretty. I'm so excited to test out this palette. Thank you so much, Kristie. Next, we have an eyeshadow palette from Nomad Cosmetics. This is the Berlin Underground. I'm so excited for this. Kristie is so sweet. She sent me the brand new one. She already had this palette and she won a bundle, I think off the Iris app that included this palette. So she sent it to me and I'm super grateful. Look at this color story. It is so cool. I have two other Nomad palettes. I have the Ghost Town USA and Haunted Europe, but I actually haven't pulled those out in a while, so maybe it's time to do a Nomad video. And how cool, she sent me another Nomad palette. This is one of the older ones. She thought in case I wanted to test out an older formulation versus the current formulation. She's so thoughtful. I'm so grateful. Thank you for my mystery box. I love it. Thank you so much, Kristie. So today, the day that I'm filming, is actually my son's 16th birthday. And when he was younger, like in elementary school, every year on his birthday, he would skip school and we'd go to the mall and go shopping. But now that he's in high school, he's actually in grade 11 currently. We went shopping yesterday, and at the mall that we usually go to, they had a Winners. So I actually picked up two items. This is the NARS Mini Afterglow Liquid Blush Set. I haven't purchased anything from NARS in like a really long time. So I was actually really curious to see what these mini blushes are like. So you get three little cute ones in the set. The first one is Dolce Vita. Then it's Orgasm Rush. Can you guys see that? Sorry, these mini doe foots don't swatch very well. And the last one, of course, is just their iconic Orgasm shade. And way back, like over 2 decades ago, I used to have a powder version of the Orgasm blush. Cute, right? So that mini set of blushes was $25 or $24.99. And then I picked up this Dibs, the Palm palette, On The Go eyeshadow palette. And in the shade Coffee in Hand, and this little palette was $19.99. We usually can't find Dibs in store here in Canada, so when I saw this, I was like, oh, I think I want to try. And this is what it looks like. It's a nice little neutral palette for travel. So let's swatch this. The first shade is, this is Oat Milk. Oh, they're quite creamy. The next one is Blended. Then we have Caramel. Ooh. Next is Americano. And the last two shades are Always Iced. And French Press. That's a cute little color story, right? All right, now let's create a look testing out some of the products that I got. But I'm going to try and keep it to the products that I purchased from the Sephora Savings event. So for eyes, I really want to test out this Danessa Myricks Color Fix Sticks, and I got mine in the Duo 4. I think it's Apollo and Artemis. But first, I think I want to lay down a transition shade or just something in the background. So I'm going to use the bronzer that I got. It's the Givenchy Prism Leave Bronzing Powder, and I got mine in the shade 002 Pope Line Bronze. This is what it looks like. So let's just take a Shoto 03 and swirl it around in all the shades. And let's just start in the outer corner crease area. So with my eye looks, I normally like a combination of mattes and shimmers. I'm not really a fan of an all shimmer eye look. So after we try out the Color Fix sticks, I might decide to go in and deepen up my outer corners with a matte brown or something. That's just what I'm thinking, but we'll see what we come up with. All right, same thing over here. So as I was saying, it's my son's 16th birthday, and after school we have an appointment for him to go write his learner's exam. I think I've talked quite a bit about my daughter on this channel, and not so much about my son. but my son's more of like a private person. It's like he only takes photos with me on my birthday, his birthday, Mother's Day, and maybe Christmas. Which is kind of different from when he was super little, like when he was, let's say, 7 and under. He was such a ham. He was so, like, hilarious. Just all the things that he did, all the things that he said. And then all of a sudden he got super serious, super mature, very calm, reserved. Okay, I think that's good for now. Okay, so let's just start off with the metallics shade. This is the shade Apollo. You guys see what it looks like? Let's test this out. I'm just gonna slap it on my eye, I think, on the outer corner. I don't know how much blending time there is with this product. But let's see. Let's start with that. And I'm just going to take an EO8 from Singe Beauty. Let's see how this goes. Oh, it's pretty much dried down already. Okay. Good to know. Not a whole lot of blending out time. I've just switched to a flat shader brush to see if this works better. I do like this tone, but now that I know how it performs, I think what I should have done is how I normally do my makeup, is lay down my matte shades first and then put the shimmers on top. So now let's switch gears and take this shade from the Hung Van Gogh palette. This is the new neutral, and just on a Rephr 01, let's just try and build up a shape first. Now I'm just taking a Rephr 33, soften out the edge. And then we might as well do that on this side first. So same shade from the Hung Van Gogh palette on a Rephr 01. It's kind of crazy how fast time goes. I can't believe my firstborn is 16. He's super responsible, super independent. He's always been super easy to work with. Very communicative, very specific, and sure of his emotions. Like when he was young, like little, a toddler, he used to be very specific with me with what he was feeling. He was never just mad. He would tell me that he's disappointed. Okay, so now we need to kind of make them match, but because we kind of did things in a different order, they might not match exactly, but I'm okay with that. I hope you guys are too. Rephr 33 with no added product, just to soften out the edges. Okay, let's try this again. EO8 from Singe Beauty. I might deepen up the outer corner with a deeper matte brown. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, now let's pop the Artemis shade, the foiled one, in the inner third, inner corner spot. Ooh. I wonder if you can just use your finger to kind of blend this out. Okay, so now I'm taking the deepest shade of the Hung Van Gogh palette and a Shoto 00. Let's just pat some at the edge. Let's just go ahead and deepen up this outer corner before we put down the shimmer. Okay, let's try this again on this side. Yes, this is, I think, what I should have done to start with is put down, like I normally do, my matte shadows first and then go in with the shimmer. But I did just want to see how the metallics performed on its own, and now I know that I don't like it that way. Okay, the foiled shade in Artemis. Just going back in with a bit more Apollo to make them match, or try to anyway. And then let's soften the edge out with a finger. Now I'm just taking the lightest shade and a flat shader brush to do a quick underbrow highlight. And a Pro Crease number 19 with nothing on it, just to soften the edge a little bit more. Now for concealer, let's try out the MAC Studio Radiance 24 Hour Luminous Lift Concealer, and mine is in the shade N12. This is an interesting doe foot. And I'm just blending it out, or pushing it in and blending it out with an FO2 from Singe Beauty. How do we feel about this shade? I think it works. You know what? In all my years of wearing makeup, I've never purchased or worn or had in my collection face products from MAC. So in the past, they used to break me out all the time. But I'm sure formulas have changed since 20 years ago. And this concealer I have heard great things about. So of course I wanted to try it out for myself, and okay, I think I see what the hype is about. This concealer feels very hydrating, which is perfect for the winter for me, because even though I'm oily normally, in the winter I do get random dry patches and a little bit dry under my eyes. Alright, so normally I like to do bronzer / contour before blush, but because the bronzer that I'm using today is in powder form and I have a cream blush I want to try, we're going to go in with blush first. This is the Too Faced Cloud Crush Whipped Lip and Cheek color, and in the shade Milk and Cookies. Normally I put it on the back of my hand and pick it up, but today I'm feeling like doing some dots. I'm just blending that out with a BK Beauty 109. Okay, let's add a bit more. I'm happy with the shade. And the formula seems pretty easy to blend out. What do you guys think? Alright, same thing over here. I think that kind of grossed me out. I don't know if I've told you guys this about me, but I actually it's called trypophobia, except mine is not like, I don't have like an actual phobia of holes or circles. I really don't like them. I hate tiny dots or like holes. My daughter has it too. So yeah, I just mean like that little pattern that I put on my cheek kind of grossed me out. Yeah, that blended out pretty easily. Okay, so now we can set the face. So let's try out the Danessa Myricks powder in pink. So this component has that little mesh thing, and I'm just going in with a triangle puff from Amazon and blending it out on my hand first. Okay, so let's do the under eyes in pink and see what that looks like. Because I'm currently undecided if I'm going to set the rest of my face with this powder or try out the MAC powder. Why not? Let's test out the MAC powder as well. Okay, so the MAC powder comes with a puff, but I'm not going to use it. And it has the same mesh. All right, let's see. And now I'm just further pushing it in with Nikki's N14. See, again, I feel like that pink shade made my under eyes dark. What do you guys think? Big fluffy BK Beauty 102. All right, let's finish up this eye look first. So I'm going to take the deepest matte brown shade just on an E25 from ColourPop. And then I'm actually going to go in with the mid-tone shade and a rougher 01 just to soften out the edge. Alright, so I just did eyeliner off camera quick because I don't have a new eyeliner to show you guys. I just used the Hung Van Gogh super black eyeliner along the lash line. And for mascara, I did pick up the Bad Gal Bang from the Sephora Savings Event. But because I've already tested that out and I know that it's my favorite, I figured today we'll test out the two different MAC stacks. So on my left eye, I'll just use the regular MAC stack, and then on the right eye, I'll use the elevated MAC stack. Check out this brush. It looks super grippy. So let's see. Have any of you guys tried out these mascaras? And what are your thoughts? This is one interesting brush. What do you guys think? So far, I think I like it. I'm not blown away, but I do like it. Okay. Now I'm just curious to see if it smudges on me or not. That's quite pretty. And I didn't use the primer, the MAC Stack primer, just so we can see what the mascara does on its own, because I do like the primer. Oh, another interesting wand. Look at this. Okay, let's try this out on this eye. I think the regular MAC Stack comes in two options, like one with a wand that's better for your lower lashes, and then the one that I got is for your upper lashes. But I don't wear mascara on my lower lashes, so. But I think it's cool that they came out with that option. I think the MAC Stack on this side, it might be a little bit more volumizing. What do you guys think? Okay, now it's time for bronzer. This is the Givenchy Prism Libre bronzing powder, and in the shade 002. So we're just going to swirl it all around, try and get an even blend of the four shades. All right, here we go. That's quite pretty, hey? It's very soft. It's pretty. It's softer than what I'm used to, but I think I like it. I'm just using the Patrick Ta nose contour brush. Just going to blend it out with the other fluffy side. And now for blush, let's test out the Glassy Cloud Paint Plush Blush. And this is in the shade Gale. And I'm just going to go in with a BK Beauty 112. It's quite blurring. I like this shade. Now for lips, let's test all three of them out. Let's start off with the Hot Chocolate shade from Fenty. This one smells like chocolate too, just like the lip oil. What do you guys think? All three of the lip products are pretty similar in shade, I think. And now it's Rose Amber. I think this one is a little bit more cool toned. What do you guys think? And lastly, we have the Makeup Forever Super Boost in Limitless Brown. All right, so there we have it. This is the final look for today. Let me come in close to show you the eyes. Some different lighting. And what do you guys think? Tell me your thoughts. So far, first impression of everything that I tested out today, I'm happy with. I would like to play a little bit more with the Color Fix sticks, just to get a better feel for it. The bronzer I'm happy with. I don't have anything like it in my collection, like a soft bronzer. The blushes I'm happy with. I love the shades. I think they blended out super easily. The mascara I'm happy with, but I need to see if they smudge on me or not. And all three lip products I'm super happy with. They're all actually very similar in shade. And I think I'm quite happy with this concealer. I just want to see how it wears. And the powders, I like the finish that it has. But again, I need to see how that wears as well. But now we've come to the end of this video. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your day to hang out with me. And check out the rest of my Sephora Savings Event Haul and a few other items that were waiting for me to open up. Again, special thanks to my friend Kristie, who's so sweet. I love you so much. You send me amazing things to test out and play with. I am truly so grateful for our friendship. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, or if it's nighttime for you, I hope you get a good night's rest. I'll see you in the next one.
Oh,